Hey, how you doing? It's Robin Nolan, and in this lesson, you're going to learn the most sexiest chord voicing that I know and how you can use it to make your playing sound cool, hip, fresh, modern, and sexy. And I'm also going to show you how you can take any minor chord that you know, move one finger, one fret, and also make it sound cool, hip, modern, fresh, and sexy. And if you like this lesson and these kind of chords and this way of playing, then you really should have a look at the Borelli-Legren Solo Guitar Magic Masterclass, which you can get for free in the Gypsy Jazz Club. Just go to gypsyjazzclub.com and take your 14-day free trial. Okay, so the sexiest chord voicing that I know, what is it? It's this. I use this chord a lot in my playing, in lots of different places, and I'm going to teach you the chord and where you can use it. So let's build the chord for a start. Let's hear it one more time. Right, so it's in E minor, right? There's the bottom E. So, and it's an E minor 11, right? That's the name of the chord, right? And we're going to build this chord. And it's a little bit, you got to kind of put your bit of effort in your left hand there to get it right. But if you take a B minor chord, right, this is how we're going to build it. Right, a B minor chord on the second fret, see that? Just a regular bar chord. Right, that's B minor. And if we take the pinky off, then we've got B minor 7, okay? Right, that's B minor 7. And then we're almost there. We're just going to move one fret, this note, right, the 5th of B minor. So we're going to replace that with, right, with the pinky. And then we've got, and now we add the bottom E. And then it brings it all together with that real lush, sexy E minor 11 voicing, right? Right. So let's build the chord. You've got bottom E, right, open. You've got the second finger barred on that second fret. Sorry, the first finger barred on that second fret, clamping it down. You've got the B there. So E, B, which is the 5th. You've got G, which is the minor 3rd. You've got A, which is the 11th. Then you've got D, which is the minor 7th, the 7th. Right, the flat 7 of E. And then on the top, you've got the F sharp, which is the 9, okay? So all in all, E minor 11, okay? It's really lush, open sounding, and you can use it in lots of places. Wherever you would use an E minor chord, say you would play, right, E minor, if you drop this instead, it's going to give you that much sexier sound. So an example where I'd use that is a tune like, let me see, Paquito. It's this tune we play in Gypsy Jazz. So I would go like this. Right, and back it up with that big E minor 11 chord, which has also got the 9th from E minor, right? So Paquito, I'd use it. Right, I would use it in a tune like Nuages, maybe, where we're going into E minor. Minor. Right, and it really sounds cool there. Usually you might go right, an E minor chord. So basically just think that you can replace any E minor that you would play with this E minor. You can use it in rhythm playing as well. So if I was setting up a E minor groove, instead of going, you know, I might go. So E minor 11, that is the chord, right? That is the sexiest chord I know. And I think if you learn that, you can add it to your playing and it will bring a lot of kind of, it's just going to make it sexier, right? That's the whole point of this chord. And the left hand, like I say, you've got to kind of put a bit of effort into clamping it down. And I kind of get my shoulder down like this just to make sure my left hand is clamping on that fretboard to make each note sound clear and glorious, right? And there's the E minor 11. So take your time, get each note down, build it from the B minor, right? Extend that note, then use the bottom E. Okay, Okay, get it down, and then once you've got it down, look for places where you can use it. Look for any piece that you play, and every time you get to an E minor chord, go, oh yeah, I'm going to use that one. Drop it in and it will sound glorious, okay? Now, the second half of this video, I want to show you where you can take any minor chord, and in this instance, we're going to take D minor, right? I'm going to show you how you can move one note, one fret, and make it sound completely different, right? So you've got D minor here, right? So we're changing key, we're in D minor on the 5th fret. Again, if we let the pinky off, we've got D minor 7, right? So that's D minor 7, which you hear a lot in jazz and gypsy jazz, and you might know this chord already, right? D minor 7, and it sounds pretty kind of standard, right? People's ears are kind of used to hearing that sound, D minor 7, you know. But if you just move one note, this note, see that note there? If you move that up one fret, replace it with right, that note, then it sounds completely different, but it also still acts as a D minor, right? So instead of, we're going to move that note, right? We've got the raised 5th on the D minor 7, right? And for example, I taught this piece in the Gypsy Jazz Club called the Gypsy Jazz Etude in A minor, and I went like this. That second chord is that chord, right? D minor with the raised 5th. And normally you might play do, and go to D minor, right, to D minor 7. But by raising that 5th, right, it makes it sound a lot more modern and cool, right? So if you're in E minor, there's your E minor, there's your E minor 7. Just raise that 5th with your pinky, right? And then you've got that kind of cool, hip, modern, fresh sound, right? And then actually that same shape is the same shape when you slide it down to the B minor position, where you just replace the B with the bottom E, and then you're in an E minor context then. So that's why it sounds super lush down the bottom of the guitar neck there in E minor. So D minor, that's a D minor, but with that raised 5th makes it sound cool. E minor. Now the magic of this shape, if we slide it up to, right, same shape, if we slide it up to the 11th fret, we've got an E major type, right? So the same shape, see, on the 11th fret, and we've got an E major, right? E, G sharp, the 3rd, the root, E, F sharp, the 9th, B, the 5th, and D sharp, the major 7th, right? That same shape, right? There's the E minor 11, the magic chord, the sexy chord, right? Slide it up to the 11th, you've got a major type, right? Just handy for us guitarists that we don't have to move our fingers, we just, right? So experiment with that on different frets, right? And replace any minor chord that you might normally play in your soloing or in your rhythm playing with that chord, and it will really make your playing sound basically cool, hip, and sexy, right? That's what we're looking for. So I hope this lesson helps. Get the shape down, use it in as many places as you can. And if you want to come into the Gypsy Jazz Club and get the whole shebang with how to use these chords in written pieces that I've done of solo guitar magic, including Borelli Legren's piece, where he uses this chord a lot, then come into the Gypsy Jazz Club, gypsyjazzclub.com, and take your 14-day free trial. We would all love to welcome you there. We've got an amazing community. That's it. So learn the chord, stay inspired, stay well, and I will see you soon. Ciao.